Hi everyone, it's Yago here. I just wanted to make a tutorial on making a voice bank for Utau. It's a pretty basic tutorial, but I'm going to try and get to the point and not waffle on, because that is the problem I've been finding with a lot of the ones I've been following on YouTube. They are filmed in 2012, and you can hear laptop fans going off and crinkly mics, and I think it'd just be nice to have a bit more of an updated one with a little bit less rambling. That being said, I have already rambled a lot. I'm gonna get into the process. So this is a tutorial for the most basic of Utau voice banks, which is a CV voice bank. It's essentially just the Japanese phonemes, the Japanese alphabet. There are a few more sounds in there. I'm going to skip over them for this tutorial because I am in the current process of making my own voice bank, so I'm still learning what those sounds are, what they sound like, and how to pronounce them. You could probably find another tutorial, and I will link in the description when I find one that's satisfying enough to help with that. As long as you learn the vowels, you should be fine with most of the rest, because as the name CV suggests, it's just consonant vowel. So as long as you get the vowel pronunciations right, the rest of your letters will be easier to pronounce and follow. So I really highly suggest before recording your voice bank, you do a bit of research on the Japanese alphabet and learn the right pronunciations. So there are a few ways that you can go around recording the voice clips needed for your voice bank, one of which is using Orimo. Mine has kind of broken, so I can't demonstrate this for you. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is to click this option button here, record style settings, and put it to this middle option that says when R is pressed, press the guide music once and record automatically. Voice switching is performed manually. Essentially what you do is you go onto each letter and you press R and it will start recording. You can also turn the guide music on, which is very useful for helping you, stay on the right note and hold it and know when to do and what you're doing. It is useful. This is just the one that comes with the software. I'm going to stop that because it's very loud on my headphones. But yes, you can use that music to help guide you, and you essentially just go through all of these. Usually it tells you how to pronounce. My Orimo has gone weird, and I'm not entirely sure how to fix it because I moved on to the second method, which personally I prefer. So instead of using Orimo, you can just use Audacity. I know you're looking at me, oh my gosh, opening up Audacity, that's such, old software. Oh, what are you doing? No one uses Audacity anymore. I do. I like Audacity. It's simple to use. I've known how to use it for years. It saves me having to learn how to use different software. So just like with Orimo, you need to record every single sound. The best way to see these sounds are if you just look them up on Wikipedia. They have a big table. They have the pronunciations here. But yes, it's useful to use just, Wikipedia. There are other websites that you can use that have the alphabet. There are other lists that you can use that will tell you all the other sounds that you need to record for your voice bank. As I said earlier, I'm still in the process of making my own, and I'm doing this tutorial as I learn myself. So I will add it in the description if I get further along and find some more and better resources. So all you need to do in Audacity is just click record, and you can record one at a time and save separately. Personally, and this worked better in what I've recorded of my voice bank so far, at least for me. It might be different for you, but personally I like to record a bunch of sounds all at once on one track and then select the clips and save them. So a, e, u, e, o, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. That wasn't a particularly good recording. To save this, you want to highlight the audio, just left click and drag across for each clip, and you want to do this individually for each one every single time. File, export selected audio, save it into a new folder. I tend to use the name of the voice bank if I already have a character in mind for it. This one I'm just going to call test, if I can type it correctly, into this folder. Just save it, okay on that, and do that for every single one of these. I will just save this one as well to show the autoing later. Export, selected audio, make sure it's in the right folder. Just do that with every single one, all of them into the same folder. But yeah, you save each of these clips. Personally, I like to get as close as I can, but leave some silence. And, you know, I try to miss out these little extra, like, sounds, usually me knocking on the table or birds outside or clips. I know people like to remove their background noise. Personally, I'm lazy, so I haven't done that yet. I will come back and give you a tutorial on how to remove background noise at another time in another video. After recording all of the sounds for your voice bank, the next step is to get it into Utau. So to do this, it's pretty simple actually. You just need to open Utau, press project, project property, click these three dots, find where you saved it, test, here we go. It's already selected the from in this folder. Open, okay, and there shouldn't be an image there if you haven't added there to be an image yet. I will show you how to do that in another tutorial. I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you don't want to find where you saved your voice bank every time you want to use it and to have it added to this drop down menu here, all that you need to do is find where your Utau, the software, is saved. It's usually in program files, but you might have saved it somewhere different. There's a folder here called voice, and you just want to copy or move your folder into here. So far in this voice bank, we just have an A and a Ka. So I'm just going to put them in. A, Ka. And so there you go. Done. Except not really, because what you have to do next for every single sound is to auto it. I'm not going to claim I am an expert on autoing. In the description is the link to the guide that I have used so far in my autoing. It is quite useful. It has it visually for me so I can understand it. So you want to go into Tools, Voice Bank Settings, and here will be all of your sounds. As I said before, we've only got the A and the Ka. So on the right side here, you can input the values into here. Personally, I prefer doing it with Editor because it's more visual and I can see what I'm doing rather than just inputting the values. This box here is a very useful tool, the Alias tool. You can basically just put the letters in as Romanji if that's easy for you to type, if you can't type in Japanese on your keyboard. So A, Ka, etc., with all of the other letters. To auto, you want to click on the sound and you want to launch the editor, and it comes up with this funky little box here. There are 4 different things. I'm not going to try and explain them because I myself am not entirely sure what they do, but if you follow the guide in the description, that will hopefully help you. All I really know is you've got these 4 different things that you can drag across, and you also have another purple one here at the other end. So you want to use this to cut off where you want it to cut the sample. You want it to not use any sound in this purple area, so get rid of these silences at the start. You just want to drag these around to the right places. You want to do that for every single one. Once I learn and figure out what I'm actually doing with autoing, again, I will sort out another more in-depth tutorial for that, but this is just, the quick and dirty way of making a voice bank. So yeah, that is it. That is how to record and make your voice bank for Utau. Obviously, this isn't the most in-depth and comprehensive guide. There are plenty more out there that can probably explain things a lot better than me, but personally, I just could not sit for a 15-minute video, so I'm hoping this isn't running much longer than 5 to 10 minutes. Hope this helps people. Any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. Feel free to get in contact. Feel free to, give me some constructive criticism, both on this video and on voice bank making. I am more than welcome to advice. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. Bye.